please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, you got home back and back. You got there home. Got back fast. It's only 2 minutes. Good evening, City Council, Mayor Burcroft, Madam Treasurer, Deputy Clerk, and audience. Today's date is Monday, January 14th, 2019, and this is the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting. Mr. Chair, roll call was taken at the special meeting earlier, and I'll let the record show that all members are present and we have a quorum.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk.
Our council meeting agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda. Number 2, minutes. Number 3, petitioner. Number 4 is chairperson's report. 5 is mayor's report. 6A is clerk's report. 6B is treasurer's report. 7 is public comment. 8 is unfinished business. 9 is new business. 10 is communication. 11 is adjournment, and a motion would be in order to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
So moved to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo for approval of the agenda as presented. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, agenda approved.
Number 2, minutes. And for approval are the minutes from the regular council meeting held on January 7th, 2019.
Move for January 7th, 2019.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo for approval of the minutes from the regular council meeting, which was held January 7th, 2019. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair abstain. Motion approved.
2B for approval are the minutes from the special meeting held on January 7th, 2019. This was an open session. The Michigan Indigent Defense Commission grant.
So moved for approval of the minutes from the special meeting held January 7th, 2019.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley for approval of the minutes from the special meeting, which was held Monday, January 7th, 2019. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair abstains. Motion approved.
Petitioners on the agenda. Number 4 is the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We had a meeting tonight to discuss our city annual financial report, and that was held at 6:30. At this time, first of all, I'd like to thank Ms. Talley for filling in for me the last couple of meetings. Really appreciate it. Good job, Ms. Talley.
Sure. Thank you.
And at this time, I want to recognize Councilwoman Williams.
Yes. Yes, I would like to make a motion for a resolution for John Frank Lucen Sr., born November the 23rd, 1932, and passed away on December the 29th, 2018.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Williams, supported by Mr. Wadsworth for memorial resolution. Ms. Williams?
Yes?
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. Now the chair would like to recognize Councilwoman Talley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We got a couple of more resolutions. The first one would be for Ronald Collins, who passed on December 14th, 2018. He was born July 7th, 1938, a retired City of Romulus employee, the DPW. Years ago was the Flyers football coach.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Webb for memorial resolution. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
And then we have one more memorial resolution for Earl Cliff Bean, who passed away on December 2018, born May 25th, 1937. Also retired City of Romulus employee with DPW.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Roscoe for memorial resolution. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Mr. Chairman, can I add one also that we just got in today? I'd like council, if they would, to consider a memorial resolution for Georgia Rose Hughes, which is the mother of Tracy Eddings, who just passed. I don't have the arrangements, but it'd be nice if we could get that in process, please.
Okay. It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe for memorial resolution. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to accept your report.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, to accept the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved, and thank you.
Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Good evening, City Council, Treasurer, Clerk, Deputy Clerk, and audience. I brought this quote, I thought it was fitting because of next Monday's honorary holiday, and it goes as this. The quality, not the longevity of one's life is what is important. And that was Dr. Martin Luther King, who ironically, he lived quite a life and didn't have the longevity part that maybe he wanted, but he sure did cover the quality part. So live a good life is the message there, and also a reminder that next Monday's a holiday, obviously, so we will be closed in our offices here. Just a quick happy birthday to Mr. Chairman. Yesterday was your birthday. Happy birthday. Hope you had a good one.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, John.
And we
Thank you, Ms. Webb.
do have some other information. We have a video, don't we, Roger? So can we run that, please? And I'll get into my action items.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine Dancy. Our community events for the next 2 weeks include the Senior Book Club at the Senior Center on Tuesday, January 15th at 10:30 a.m. The Martin Luther King Day Community Walk and Celebration on Monday, January 21st, with the public invited to meet at 7:30 a.m. at the middle school for the walk, 8 a.m. at the high school for the pancake breakfast provided by the Romulus Rotary Club, and a program beginning at 9:30 a.m. in the high school auditorium. Next, on Tuesday, January 22nd, is the Romulus Chamber Luncheon featuring Daniel Rosenbaum, Executive Director of the Wayne County Land Bank, held at the Detroit Metro Airport Marriott. Check-in for the event is at 11:30 a.m. The Senior Center's January Hawaiian Luau Luncheon is Wednesday, January 23rd at 11 a.m. Please call ahead to RSVP. There is also a bowling fundraiser benefiting the Romulus Chamber and the library on Saturday, January 26th at Romulus Lanes. Registration begins at 7 p.m. Other events at the Romulus Public Library include Family Storytime on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. and Toddler Storytime on Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m. There's also a Lego Club on Saturday, January 19th at 2 p.m. and Anime Club on Monday, January 28th at 5 p.m. Now here's Recreation Coordinator Tanya Cofield with our good news of the week.
Good evening, everyone. The Romulus Drug Task Force had a fun and successful fundraiser this past Saturday with about 150 people in attendance. They were able to raise almost $1,500 for their scholarship program. Congratulations to the Romulus DPW team, who were the big winners of the day, and a special thank you to all who attended or volunteered.
Thanks, Tanya. Please remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube, or visit our website for more info. Have a great night, everybody.
Okay, just have two items tonight for action items. The first one up is item A, and we have a request. It was actually to concur with the recommendation of Josh Monty, Police Captain, and Legal Counsel. And this request is to grant authorization for the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached grant agreement between the state of Michigan, Michigan Indigent Defense Commission and the Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs in the city of Romulus. This will go from October 1 of 2018 through September 30th of 2019. The local share is $54,215, and this was what we had our study session last.
So moved, Mr. Chairman, for the Michigan Indigent Defense Commission Grant Fund.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Webb, for the Michigan Indigent Defense Commission grant. Any discussion? Yes, Ms. Williams?
Yes. Can you call Montiel?
Mayor,
Captain Monty,
yes.
step forward, please.
Good evening, Council, Mr. Mayor, Madam Clerk and Treasurer.
Good evening. Councilwoman Abdul asked a question. Did you ever get the answer pertaining to would the city be responsible if this particular project ran over?
As part of the legislation, as part of this Public Act 214 that Governor Snyder signed, we had to set up a completely separate budget for the revenue for the grant monies that we are going to receive. So Finance Department will monitor that. If we do run over, we will be responsible. We're on different budget years, so our budget year is, of course, July to July. The state's budget year is October 1st to September 31st. So in this budget year that we only have a few months to use 12 months worth of money. So I do not anticipate in any way of getting close to any sort of overage with this grant money that we're going to receive.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anything else?
Anything?
Thank you, Captain. So that was the first part. The second part is actually the budget amendment. So what you have before you on item B, was there anything else on that item, or did you already?
No, we have to.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to rush
the
it.
roll call.
Go ahead.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
So that was to accept the grant. The second item B is the budget transfer to put it in place to allow us to accommodate the funding.
Through the chair, if I may.
Yes, Ms. Webb.
I'd like to make a motion to concur with the administration and introduce Budget Amendment 18/19-20 to recognize the anticipated revenues to be received from Michigan Indigent Defense Compliance, plus planned grant funding and set up the anticipated line item budget to additional optional expenses.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for the introduction of Budget Amendment 1819-20 for the Michigan Indigent Defense Fund. Any discussion?
John?
Yes,
If
Mr.
I could,
Wadsworth.
to the mayor, if I can go back to Captain, we're not taking any officers off the street to get involved with this program, are we? I mean,
It is going to be somewhat of a strain on our resources, but we are not going to, as of right now, we are not taking officers off the street. We're going to utilize an existing command officer that works inside the station.
fine, good,
to perform
good,
this
good.
function.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. That concludes my report.
Thank you.
6A is the clerk's report. We have one action item, 6A1. This is an appointment to the Board of Zoning Appeals. The Executive Advisory Committee met on Monday, January 7th, 2019, to review the request from City Planner Carol Mays to reappoint Donald Morris and John Clark to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Therefore, the Executive Advisory Committee is recommending to council that you approve the city planner's request for the appointments. Donald Morris, this would be a 3-year term commencing July 1st, 2018, expiring on June 30th, 2021, and John Clark as an alternate member with the 2-year term to commence July 1st, 2018, and expiring on June 30th, 2020. Motion would be in order to accept the recommendations of these appointments.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Talley for appointments to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Any discussion? Ms. Williams?
I was just looking at, on one of the documents that say fill a vacancy, how often do these seats get overlooked like this? Because if it ended in June, on June the 30th, why is it just now it's being filled?
That I can't answer that. That would have to be answered by the city planner. We just get the recommendations and, to the executive advisory committee. That part, I apologize, I'm unable to answer that question, Councilwoman Williams. That's something that perhaps we can address that to our city planner, and then we
Okay.
could get back with you on that.
I'll do the chair if you may.
Yes, Ms.
I had
Webb?
discussion on that as well. That was the same question I was gonna ask, because someone else may have written a letter or wanted to be appointed to these two positions, but it has been months since they were filled, and I don't understand. And I do understand, Ms. Clerk, we do need to take this up with Carol Mays, the planning director.
Ms. Abdo and then
I
Ms.
guess I want
Roscoe.
to take this a step further. I would like to have a list of all the appointments and when they expire on the committees that we have, because they pop up, and like this one was expired in what, June?
June.
Of the committees that we have and what vacancies, so that if we need to solicit people to help in the community, we know what vacancies are available or what vacancies are coming, instead of when they come before us, they've already decided. Is that all right?
Yep.
Yeah, just a reminder, this is a council recommendation on appointment on this one. This wasn't even a mayor's appointment, but I know there's been lists in the past.
Let's just get a list so we can.
I would just pay attention to which board, whose appointment it is, and what the qualifications are, and that'd be good. We need people to get involved in boards and commissions, so.
But
But there is a board of commissions listed.
List, yes. I think I have an older one that was done. I don't know when it was done, but.
Years.
If I can, through the chair, we
Yes.
have a list of all of our boards and commissions, and we can provide that. It's a very thick packet, so we could probably email it to you, or would you prefer the hard copy?
Hard copy.
Okay, we can
it has,
John?
Well,
Well,
let-
it
cut
has-
down a few trees, no.
it has the expiration dates on when. Oh, that
Yes,
would
it
be
does,
nice.
so
I
we
really-
can provide a hard copy of our current lists
Oh,
that we
okay.
have.
All right,
Okay,
that would
good.
be nice.
Mr. Wadsworth, you had?
In regards to what Mrs. Abdo said, it may have been decided by the advisory board, but this board has a right to turn this down too.
Right,
Right.
it's a recommendation.
Right, it's just a recommendation.
Okay. Roll call. Mr. Wadsworth? Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Before I close out my report, I just want to announce to everyone is that January 21st, and I know the mayor had mentioned it earlier, is our community Martin Luther King Day celebration. This year's theme is Standing Up for Democracy. You all should have received a flyer. I know it's on Facebook. It's also on our cable channel, and we want everybody to meet at the middle school at 7:30. The march will begin at 8 o'clock. There's a continental breakfast at the high school at 8 o'clock a.m. Also, if you want to park your car at the high school, there will be shuttle service to take you over to the middle school that morning. And then we have a program that will begin at 9:30. What's not on the flyer is the guest speaker. This year, our guest speaker is former Detroit Police Chief Ralph Godby. He's now the Chief Godby for the Detroit Public Schools. So he will be our guest speaker this year at this year's program. So again, we hope to see everybody come out. There's a little something for everybody. So if you don't want to stay for the program, if you feel like getting some cardio in and walking with us, we want to invite you. If not, there's some breakfast if you don't want to walk, or if you just want to come and enjoy a great program. All are welcome. So we hope to see you on Monday, January 21st.
Okay,
Thank you, and that concludes the clerk's report.
thank you, Madam Clerk.
The treasurer has informed me, which 6B is the treasurer's report, and she's informed me that she does not have anything to report. Okay, so that takes us on to agenda item number 7, public comment, and this is the part of the agenda for those that are in the audience, and if you would like to address council, we ask that you please raise your hand, and when you're acknowledged by the chairperson, to approach the podium and please state your name and address. Your remarks should be limited to 3 minutes, and additional time must be by the consent of the chairperson. There shall be no personal attacks, and your remarks shall not contain any profanity, racial, ethnic, sexual, or national origin slurs or overtones. This is a public meeting, and it shall not be used for to campaign for elected office or used to support or oppose any candidate or ballot proposals. Anyone not adhering to these rules shall lose their right to address city council, and we do not have any written requests this evening.
Any comments from the audience? Yes, state your name and address.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. My name is Oscar, a legislative caseworker for Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. And I'm here, first of all, to say Happy New Year, as well as to give you a little bit of update on the situation and where we'll be situated. Our target is to have one flagship office and 2 other satellites to be able to cover a lot more of our district, especially out here in the district. So that's still in the works. We've secured one, as in River Rouge, for one of our satellites. So we're still looking for other places that we can have our satellite flagship office. The district director is Larissa Carr. I'll give you her name, and I'll give you a couple other names as well, but we don't have email set up just yet for contact. Larissa Carr will be the district director. Andy Gadaris is going to be the senior policy advisor. Denzel Campbell is going to be the
There's a movie star coming in.
how we
Denzel
do-
Washington.
That's how we do it in the office. The communications director. And then the other caseworker is going to be myself. So my name is Oscar. Last name is Arbulu, Arbulu. There's going to be Mary Turner. And there's going to be Lisa Tenser. Those are the 3 legislative caseworkers that we work hands-on in the district, taking on the casework load and constituent services here in our district. That's all I got for you guys today. Yeah, and I'll give you more updates as soon as we get them on where the offices are going to be and when emails are going to be available.
John,
Yes, Mr.
if
Washington.
you're looking for some good vacant buildings, we have quite a few in our city, so
I would love to hear which one so that we can do that.
I'm sure the mayor's office can direct you with that.
There it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you.
Come to Romulus.
Any other comments from the audience? If there's no more other comments from the audience, we're gonna close that part out, Madam Clerk.
Okay. Number 8 is unfinished business.
John?
Yes, Mr. Wadsworth.
Just a quick thing here, if I can, Mayor, we met about this Wick Road line going through. And you know, most people don't see a problem up to Wayne Road, but when they go west of Wayne Road, those folks down there, including yourself, are we looking into making provisions that, you know, one day that they just don't show up and start digging and the people?
Yes, actually, and today Jasmine Dancy had a meeting. We're going to be in conjunction with Roberto at DPW and the Great Lakes Water Authority. There's going to be a series of some public meetings and notifications so that we want to try to get that out. We're actually looking at using some video and social media in as many ways as possible. They've assured us that it will be open, but you know, we need to make sure that the residents have proper ways to get to their property, especially many of them have one entrance. So
Some of them have boats and trailers, and
right.
the turn is gonna be very difficult in the one lane.
So she had a complete plan, and we'll be sharing that with you. She just had that meeting today.
Thank you.
But we'll pass on as much of that because I need your help to help us get the word out.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any more unfinished business? Number 9 is new business. Number 10 is, oh, I'm sorry, okay.
I've been getting a lot of complaints concerning a statement that the clerk reads, and I've searched through the back of the agenda and I don't see it, where a resident can't speak or make comment on political issues or ballot questions. We have to be really careful, because that's a really thin line of violating a person's freedom of speech. Once you give them 3 minutes, and once you read everything that's on this agenda that says that they can't attack or in any form be disrespectful, that should be enough to tell them what they can and can't say to me. Now, I don't know how the rest of my colleagues feel, but that's a real thin line of a person's freedom of speech, to tell them what they can say. Now, this is a political arena. So many times when we run for office, we flock to the churches to get those members to vote for us. Now, clearly, the Bible tells us that we're not supposed to mix it. This is the arena to talk politics. So I think I do not agree with it. I've been getting a lot of complaints, and I just had to let it out tonight.
Thank you.
Any more new business? Number 10 is communication.
Yeah.
Ms. Talley?
Welcome back, Mr. Chair. I missed you this last couple of weeks, so I just want to welcome you back with that. A couple of things that I've attended over the past week, and I want to thank Councilwoman Williams for the 13th District.
You're welcome.
They hosted at the RAC this past Saturday, nice turnout. Romulus residents, thanks for coming out and supporting that event. Very good food, and just want to do a shout out for that, and for the 13th District bringing the meeting our way, and for Councilwoman Williams for providing the food for that event. The other thing too is that we have our annual 18th Soul Food Dinner coming up, February 7th. It's a Thursday. Begins at 5 o'clock. Flyers will be distributed. I would say that you should be there. It's going to be very nice. We got a couple of different things going on this year. We want to change it up a little bit. So I encourage you to come out and support this annual event. My mom's been doing this for 18 years. This will be the 18th year. So we just ask you to come out and support this event. February 7th, starting at 5 p.m. We need our electeds out there to serve the food as you always do. And you can throw an addition there if you like to, too. But it's going to be a very nice event. So come out and support.
Thank you. Ms. Talley?
Through the chair for me.
Yes, Ms. Webb?
I'd like to also thank my colleague, Councilwoman Virginia Williams, for all the support and the hard work that she does for us as politicians here with the 13th District. And I do apologize, I was unable to attend, but I was in River Rouge, sending our new Congresswoman off to Washington on Saturday, so that's why I was not there. But we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Ms. Williams?
I would like to make a motion to for us to give a retired city worker, Sharon Walker, a resolution as our council members, because at that particular meeting, the 13th Congressional District, Mayor Weil and so many other elected official judges, they acknowledged her, and it's just no way we shouldn't acknowledge Sharon Walker as one of our retirees and a resident of the city.
I support that.
Okay. It's been motioned by Ms. Williams, supported by Ms. Webb for a resolution. Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Is there any more communication? If not, number 11 is adjournment.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we are adjourned. Thank you.